you will need a 24 and a 17 and a 14 and a 12. And this is what happens to end caps if you tighten them too much. They're cast iron, so they literally just shatter. So these are old ones that were on my bike. I didn't realise they were actually cracked. So someone before me had over tightened the swing arm end caps. So I've bought some new ones here, and I'm going to show you how to tension the chain. So the chain, it's a little bit loose for my likings. So when you're doing this also, you roll your wheel, get your bike in a neutral first. And when you roll your back wheel, there's going to be a loose point and a tight point for your chain. So you roll your back wheel, you find your tight point. That's my loose point. That's my tight point. So when you're tightening it, you obviously want it to be on the tight point when you're tightening it, so you don't over tighten your chain, which can stretch it and snap it or whatever. First things first, you want to loosen these two bad boys on each side. Second nut, 13mm socket. I lie, 14mm socket. Second nut off. So when those nuts are off, get a washer, and this is your swing arm end cap, which stops your wheel from moving forward when your chain's tight. But you don't actually have to take that off, you can just leave it on. I like to take the bolts off completely because, you know, that will clean your thread, you know, whatever. If they're buggered, then you can replace them. So on the right side, it's exactly the same. It's your 13 for the first nut. End cap, swing arm end cap. Looks good. So that's what they should look like. That's what they shouldn't look like. .24. Of course, you don't have to take it all the way off, you just have to loosen enough so you can move your wheel. Alright, wheel can move. Chain's really loose now. Really loose chain. Find your tight point. Once you've found your tight point, put these two bad boys back on. Probably could have put these back on before you found your tight point. Whatever, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Now, the thing is with this, you've got this bracket here with some points there, markers, which you can use this line to line up your wheel. But this bracket is actually loose on both sides, so it doesn't really give you a true reading. So the best way to do it is get a ruler and measure from your nut to the end of your thread. Your second nut, so when your second nut's on. See, that's my high point of my chain there. That is a bit too tight, so I want to back that off a bit. It's pretty much where I want it. That's nice and tight. A little bit more. Do the same on this side. Second nut. 12 mil. Now, when you've got your chain to where you want it, you know how tight you want it, whatever suits you. You know, some people like them a bit looser, some like them tighter, whatever. That's pretty good for me. That's pretty much how it came back from the tyre shop last time it got tightened by a professional. So, pretty much going to match her. Alright, I'm happy with that. Looks like your second nut, pretty much almost as tight as it can till it hits the first nut, until it just starts to turn, and then leave it. Perfect. Now you want to measure that from your back nut to the end of your thread. It's exactly 19 mil. You want to match that exactly on the other side, and that will make your wheel straight so you don't get the def wobbles at bloody 70, which are horrible. It's exactly 19 mil. Now, once you got them right, exactly 19 mil, so your wheel's nice and square, want to get your torque wrench. It's pretty important when you're tightening a wheel to use a torque wrench, because you don't want to over tighten anything when it comes to do with your wheels that keep you on the road and, you know, stop you from dying. So you want your 24 on your torque wrench. And you want your 17 just on the opposite side. So you want your 17 to be on this side, which is just going to hold that nut while you torque the right hand side of your bike. Which, now from experience, I know that the torque per square inch on a Kawasaki Ninja 300 is 98 Newton meters or whatever it is. So you set it to 98. I usually go 98.05, just, you know, just because. You only want to tighten until it clicks, don't go any tighter. I am talking to myself. Don't go too hard this time. I got it torqued. Boom, done. That's it. Voila. Now that's exactly where I wanted it. These are all tight, everything's good. Double check, see if they're both where you want it. Exactly 19 mil. Exactly 19 mil. that's how you tension a chain on a Kawasaki Ninja 300. And you know, pretty much most bikes are, I don't know, a lot of them is pretty similar, so you can do that to whatever bike you got. Over and out.